Welcome back to Tales of the Dark. This time, we have 5 horror stories. Don't watch this if you're alone, especially if you live in a house where some rooms stay closed, because sometimes those rooms don't stay empty. Story 1. The room that was always empty. The room at the end of the hallway was always locked, not because it was dangerous, not because something was inside, just because no one used it. That's what my parents told me growing up. It's just storage. Nothing important, leave it alone, and I did. For years, I passed that door every day, went to school, came back, walked past it again, never questioned it, never thought about it, because it was just a room, empty, forgotten, locked until last week. It started with a sound, soft, almost nothing, a faint thud like something falling. I was in my room, late at night, scrolling on my phone. The house was quiet, everyone asleep except me, and then I heard it thud from the hallway. I froze, listened, nothing, just silence again. I waited, a few seconds, then a minute, still nothing, probably nothing. That's what I told myself. Old houses make noise, wood shifts, things settle, it's normal. I went back to my phone, tried to ignore it, and then it happened again. Thud, louder this time, closer. My chest tightened because I knew where it came from, the end of the hallway. That room. I sat up slowly, staring at my door, half open, dark hallway beyond it, completely still. No, I stood up, walked to the door, looked out, nothing, just the hallway, silent, empty, the door at the end still closed, exactly the same. I stepped out, slowly. Each step careful, listening, waiting, but nothing moved, nothing changed. I reached the middle of the hallway, stopped. The air felt different, colder, heavier, like the space itself didn't want me there. I looked at the door, same old door, same handle, same lock, nothing unusual, except it didn't feel empty anymore. I stood there for a moment, then turned back. You're imagining it. I went back to my room, closed the door, locked it, got into bed, tried to sleep, but I couldn't, because every time I closed my eyes I heard it again. Thud, pause. Then something new, a soft dragging sound from inside the room, slow, deliberate, like something was moving across the floor. My breathing became uneven, because that wasn't normal, that wasn't the house settling, that wasn't pipes, that was something inside. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, sat there. Listening, the sound stopped, completely, silence, like it knew I was listening, like it was waiting. I stayed awake all night, didn't move, didn't sleep, just listening until morning came, and everything felt normal again, too normal. The hallway looked the same, the door looked the same, locked, untouched. Like nothing had happened. I almost convinced myself it didn't, almost, until I got closer to the door and noticed something small, something impossible. The lock was slightly turned, not fully, not open, just moved, like someone had tried to unlock it from the inside. Some doors stay closed for a reason. Some locks are there to keep things out, but sometimes they're there to keep something in. Story 2. The door that started opening. I didn't touch the door that morning, not at first. I just stood there, staring at the lock, trying to understand what I was seeing, because I knew it wasn't like that before. I had walked past that door for years, every day, every night, and it was always the same, perfectly still, perfectly locked, unchanged, but now it looked disturbed, subtly, but enough. Like something had tried to move it. From the other side, I reached out, stopped halfway, my hand hovering near the handle, because something didn't feel right, not fear, not exactly, something deeper, like instinct, telling me not to touch it. It's just a door, that's what I told myself. Nothing more, just storage, just space, just empty. I turned away, walked back to my room, tried to forget it, tried to move on, but the thought stayed all day, all evening. And by night it was worse, because now I was waiting for it, waiting for the sound. The same thud, the same movement, the same proof that something was wrong. I sat in my room, lights off, phone in my hand, watching the time, listening, nothing. Minutes passed, then an hour, still nothing. See, I exhaled slowly. It was nothing. I leaned back, closed my eyes, and just as I started to relax, it happened. Not a thud, not a drag, something worse, a click, loud, clear, unmistakable. My eyes snapped open, because I knew that sound, a lock turning. My chest tightened instantly. No, I sat up slowly, heart pounding now. Because there was no way, no one was in that room, no one had a key, no one had touched it. And yet I heard it, again, Click, then silence, heavy pressing, waiting. I stood up, slowly walked to my door, opened it just enough to see the hallway, dark. Empty, but something was different. The door at the end wasn't fully closed anymore, just slightly open. A small gap, barely visible, but enough. My breathing stopped, because I knew that door had been shut completely. I stared at it, not moving, not thinking, just staring. The gap didn't change. Didn't widen, didn't move, just there, like it had always been like that, like I was the one remembering it wrong. "You're not opening that," I whispered it to myself, like a rule, like something I had to follow. I stayed where I was, didn't step into the hallway. Didn't get closer, just watched. Seconds passed, then minutes, and just as I started to calm down, the gap widened slowly, without a sound, without anything touching it. The door moved on its own. My chest tightened painfully. No, the darkness inside the room was deeper than the hallway, heavier. Like it wasn't just lack of light, like it was something else entirely, something that absorbed it. The door stopped, half open, waiting, inviting. I couldn't move, couldn't think, couldn't breathe properly, because something about that darkness felt aware, like it knew I was looking. Like it wanted me to come closer. Then I heard it from inside the room. A sound, soft, slow breathing. My entire body locked up, because it wasn't distant, it wasn't echoing, it was right there, just beyond the doorway, close, too close. The breathing stopped, and for a second, everything went completely silent. Then something spoke, barely above a whisper. "You heard me." My heart dropped. I stumbled back, almost falling, because that voice, it wasn't coming from the room, it was coming from the hallway, closer, behind the door, behind the darkness. And slowly, very slowly, a shape moved inside, not stepping out, not fully visible, just enough to prove something was there, watching, waiting. And then it did something worse. It took a step back, deeper into the room, like it was giving me space, like it was letting me choose whether to come closer or stay away. My phone buzzed suddenly. The sound made me jump. I looked down. A message, unknown number. My chest tightened, because I hadn't given my number to anyone, and the message said, "Open it." I looked back up at the door, at the darkness, at the thing waiting inside, and for the first time I realized something. That room wasn't just opening, it was inviting me in. Some rooms are small, 4 walls, 1 door, nothing more, but some rooms don't follow the same rules. Story 3, the room that was bigger inside. I didn't want to go in. I need to make that clear. I wasn't curious. I wasn't brave. I was just standing there, staring at that door, at that darkness, at the thing waiting inside, and something in me stopped resisting. Like the decision wasn't mine anymore. My feet moved, slowly, 1 step, then another, into the hallway, closer to the door. The air got colder with each step. Heavier, like I was walking into something, not just a room. The doorway stood open, completely now. The darkness inside didn't shift, didn't react, it just stayed deep, still, waiting. I stopped right in front of it, my heart pounding so hard it hurt. Just look inside, that's all I told myself, just look, nothing else. I leaned forward slightly, turned on my phone flashlight, and pointed it into the room. The light didn't go far, it didn't spread like it should, it just stopped, like it hit something, like the darkness absorbed it. My chest tightened. That's not right. I stepped closer, just enough to cross the doorway, and the moment I did, everything changed. The floor didn't feel the same, the air didn't feel the same, the space was wrong. I turned the light around slowly, expecting to see walls, furniture, boxes, anything, but there was nothing. No walls, no corners, no ceiling, just space, endless, stretching beyond the reach of the light. My breathing stopped, because that wasn't possible. The room was small, it had to be. I had seen the house from outside. There was no way this could fit inside it. I turned back toward the doorway, the hallway, my room, but the door was gone, completely, no frame. No light, no exit, just darkness behind me, same as in front. My heart started racing, fast, too fast. No, I spun around, shining the light in every direction. Nothing, just endless space. Silent, empty, wrong. Then I heard it, footsteps, soft, slow, coming from somewhere ahead. I froze because I wasn't alone anymore. The sound continued. 1 step, then another, not rushing, not hiding, just approaching. My grip tightened on the phone, the light shaking in my hand. Who's there? No answer. The footsteps didn't stop. They got closer, and then they stopped. right in front of me, but I couldn't see anything. The light showed nothing, just empty space. My breathing became uneven because I could feel it, something standing there right in front of me, close enough that if I reached out I would touch it. The air shifted slightly, cold. Heavy, then a voice right next to my ear. "You came in." I flinched violently, turned around, but there was nothing there, nothing behind me, nothing beside me, nothing anywhere. The voice spoke again, this time from the front. "Good." My chest tightened painfully. "What is this?" "Silence, then. You were always supposed to." The words echoed, not through the room, through me, like they didn't belong to the space, like they belonged somewhere deeper. My hands were shaking now. "This isn't real." No response. The footsteps started again, circling me, slow, deliberate. Always just out of sight. The light couldn't find it, couldn't touch it, couldn't reveal it. Then something changed. The ground beneath me shifted, subtly, like it wasn't solid anymore, like I wasn't standing on a floor, but on something else, something unstable. My breathing quickened because I realized this wasn't just a room, it wasn't a place. It was something I had entered, something alive. The voice came again, closer, calmer. "You hear it now." "Hear what?" Silence. Then I noticed it, a faint sound, far away, barely there, but familiar, a knock, soft, slow, distant. My chest dropped because I knew that sound. It was coming from outside, from the hallway, from my house, from the other side. "That's my door," the voice answered immediately. "Yes." My breathing stopped. "Let me out." No response. "Let me out." Silence stretched. Then someone has to open it. The knock came again, louder this time, closer, not distant anymore, not outside anymore, right behind me. I turned slowly, and for the first time I saw something, not clearly, not fully, but enough. A shape, tall, wrong, standing where the door should be, where the exit used to be, watching me, waiting. The knocking stopped, and the voice whispered one last time, "You're inside now." Some places don't trap you forever, they don't lock you away, they don't keep you inside. Sometimes they let you listen. Story 4. Someone else is at my door. I couldn't move. Not because I was frozen, because something was holding me there. Not physically, but deeper than that, like the space itself had decided I wasn't leaving. The shape in front of me didn't come closer, didn't move. Didn't need to, because now I could hear it clearly. The knocking, not faint anymore, not distant, right behind me, slow, steady, waiting, knock, knock, knock. My breathing became uneven because I knew that sound. My front door, my house, someone was there right now. "Please." My voice barely came out. "Let me go." Silence. Then the voice right beside me, calm, unchanged. "Listen." The knocking stopped, and for a moment everything went completely silent. Then I heard something else. A sound I wasn't prepared for, my own voice from outside. "Hello." My chest dropped instantly. "No." The voice came again, clear, panicked. "Mine. Is anyone there?" My breathing stopped because I recognized it. That was me, at my door, outside. The knocking started again, but this time it wasn't coming from the same place. It was layered, two sounds overlapping. One knocking from outside, one answering from inside, perfectly timed, perfectly matched. My hands started shaking because I understood someone was at my house and something inside was answering them. The voice beside me whispered, "It's starting." "No." I stumbled forward, trying to move, trying to get closer to the sound, to the door that wasn't there, to the place I needed to reach. "I have to go back." "You can't." The words hit instantly, cold, final. My chest tightened painfully. "That's me out there." Silence. Then, not for long. The knocking stopped again, and the outside voice, my voice, spoke one last time. "Okay, I'm coming in." My entire body went cold. No, 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 because I knew what that meant. The door, the lock, the space between. Something was about to open. Something was about to switch. The shape in front of me shifted slightly, not stepping closer, but changing, like it was reacting, like it was preparing. The darkness behind it deepened, thickened. Then I heard it, a click, the same sound, the same exact sound, the lock turning from the outside. My breathing stopped completely, because I knew what came next, the door opening, and whatever was inside meeting whatever was outside. The voice beside me spoke softly. "Listen carefully." I didn't respond. I couldn't, because everything inside me was screaming. Then I heard it, the door opening, slow, creaking. Exactly the same as before. Silence followed, heavy, long, and then footsteps, not inside, not outside, both, two sets moving toward each other. My chest tightened painfully, because I knew what I was about to hear, my voice, again. Hello, closer this time, inside, followed by something else. Not a voice, not words, just movement, something stepping forward, something that had been waiting. The footsteps stopped, right at the doorway, on both sides, facing each other, silence stretched. Then a single sound, a breath, not mine, not human, something deeper, something wrong, my body shook. Because I realized something then, that moment, that meeting wasn't the end, it was the beginning. The voice beside me whispered, "Now watch." And suddenly the space around me shifted, changed, not completely, but enough for me to see, a glimpse, a reflection of my hallway, my house. My door standing open, and inside I saw myself stepping in, slowly, carefully, looking around, exactly like I would, exactly like I had. My breathing became shallow, because I wasn't watching a memory. I was watching it happen, right now. The version of me inside took another step forward. The door behind him slowly closing, sealing him in. The reflection flickered, distorted, and for a split second I didn't see myself anymore. I saw something else. Standing in his place, watching the hallway, waiting, the image disappeared. The space returned to darkness, and the voice spoke one last time. You didn't hear it first. My chest tightened. What? Silence. Then you answered it. Some places don't become haunted, they don't change, they don't get taken over. They were never empty to begin with. Story 5, the room was never empty. I stopped trying to escape. Not because I gave up, because I finally understood. There was no door, no hallway, no way back, not anymore. The space around me stayed the same. Endless, dark, watching, but now it felt different, closer, like it wasn't just around me anymore, like it was inside me too. The voice didn't speak again, it didn't need to, because everything it wanted me to know I was starting to understand, piece by piece, the knocking, the door, the voice, the reflection. None of it was random, none of it was new, it was a process, a pattern, a cycle. And I had completed it. My breathing slowed, not calm, just empty, because somewhere far away I could still hear it. My house, my hallway, my door, and footsteps. Inside, moving, living, not me, not anymore. I closed my eyes, and for a moment, everything shifted again, not the space. Something else, my perspective, like I wasn't standing still anymore, like I was being pulled, dragged, not physically, but through something deeper, through the same space I had entered, the same thing that had swallowed the room, the same thing that had taken the door. And when I opened my eyes again, I wasn't alone, not in the distance, not hidden, right in front of me, close enough to touch. The shape, clearer now, still not fully visible, still wrong, but enough to understand what it was, or what it had become. It wasn't just watching me, it wasn't just following me, it wasn't just waiting, it was me, or at least something wearing me, something shaped like me, something that had learned me, the way I moved, the way I spoke, the way I existed, and now. It didn't need me anymore. My chest tightened because I realized the truth. I hadn't entered the room by accident. I hadn't discovered anything. I hadn't been chosen. I had been replaced. The version of me outside, the one that opened the door, that wasn't me anymore. That was it. And I was what came after, what was left, what stayed behind. The voice returned one final time, but now it didn't sound separate. It sounded like it was coming from everywhere, from the space, from the darkness, from me. You understand now, I didn't answer. I didn't need to, because I did. Every house, every door, every locked room, it wasn't empty. It was waiting for someone to hear it, waiting for someone to answer, waiting for someone to open it from the wrong side. The shape in front of me stepped closer. For the first time, slow, silent, and as it did, I felt something leave me, not pain, not fear, something deeper, like my place, like my existence, being taken, rewritten, replaced. The darkness around us shifted, subtly, and suddenly I heard it again, a knock, soft, slow, but this time. It wasn't distant, it wasn't outside, it was right in front of me, right where the shape stood, knocking from the other side. The shape tilted its head slightly, like it was listening, like it was deciding. Then it looked at me or through me and whispered one final thing. Stay. My body didn't move because I couldn't, because I wasn't the one who moved anymore. The knock came again. Louder, closer, and slowly something began to form in the darkness ahead. A door, faint, barely visible, but there, waiting, just like mine had. Just like all of them had, and somewhere on the other side someone knocked again. Unaware, curious, listening, about to answer. If you are new here, subscribe to Tales of the Dark, where every story gives you a nightmare.